Potential for a strong, possibly severe thunderstorm making its way towards you. Now, this was the original thunderstorm that really flared up and really intensified in quite a hurry about an hour or so ago. This looks like it is starting to decay. It's looking like it's starting to collapse towards its south, though. Looks like that particular thunderstorm is holding together just north of Phil Campbell, down along the line. This is technically just to the south of our traditional viewing area. But for those of you who are in, say, Winston County or even Coleman County, that we have one particular thunderstorm that may be crossing its way over the course of the next hour or two. So please be weather aware if you're west of I-65 for the rest of this afternoon. But for now, we have a tornado warning in effect for northern and western Lawrence counties through 6:15 p.m. today. And I'm double checking that. Okay, yes, just got the update here. The National Weather Service has expired that tornado warning, so within the next minute or two, this box should clear out. So for those of you who are in the control room, I've got my producer Josh in my ear, as well as Chelsea here at the news desk. Want to let everybody know that we should be prepared for the newscast coming up, since we are already in the 6 o'clock time frame. But the National Weather Service has allowed this tornado warning to expire. At this time, we do not have any severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for northern Alabama. And so now that is certainly good news. We're noticing that this is starting to trend downwards. With that said, if you're seeing that sunshine is not good news for today. You do need to be on alert as we go through the next hour or two. We want to wait for that sun to set before we could really say that the atmosphere has really stabilized once again as we go through the course of this afternoon. But a quick reset for you. If you're just tuning in, wondering where is your 6 o'clock newscast, the reality is that we had a tornado warning in effect for Colbert County, Franklin counties, and now, even though you see the red box flashing here on the map, that has been allowed to expire by the National Weather Service. That was supposed to go through 6:15. That is now expired by the National Weather Service. We no longer have any severe thunderstorms or tornado warnings in effect for this time in North Alabama. But as I continue to watch what is happening, what is lurking towards our west and northwest, we are not done yet. So even though a lot of the alerts have come to an end here with regards to warnings, we do have a tornado watch in effect for northern Alabama and portions of southern Tennessee through 10 p.m. tonight. So between now and 10 p.m., please be on your toes, be weather aware as we continue to see a lot of this weather ramping back on up. So Chelsea, with that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and send it on over to you with a quick recap of what kind of damage reports we have received so far, what kind of storm reports we have received so far, because this has had the history of producing some hail.
Yeah, and so as far as damage reports go, we don't have any damage reports. So we do know that there's been hail in Colbert County. Some of that hail has been as small as a penny. Then other parts of the county received hail as large as a $50. So those are the reports that we're going off of right now. I can tell you from people that have messaged us pictures on Facebook that there's a rainbow in Littleville right now, as well as pretty big storm clouds throughout Colbert County, in Tuscumbia and Lauderdale County. So the storm, you can definitely see it in some of the pictures that we've been receiving, but we need your pictures to be able to understand what's happening on the ground. And so you can send those to us at photo@whnt.com, our Facebook Messenger. You can also tweet them out to us or send them through the Live Alert 19 or WHNT News 19 app. So we're still tracking to find damage reports. We haven't heard of any significant damage yet. We're going through the National Weather Service chat, and all we have so far is just that there's been some reports of hail in Colbert County. That doesn't mean that there hasn't been hail in other areas. So we're going to continue to track that here, but also if you are out there on the ground and it's safe, please go take pictures of us so we can see the aftermath of the storm. So that's basically what we have on our end. I know that we're going to have a newscast in just a second, so Christina and Ben Smith are working right now to take a look at the radar, to take a look at damage reports, and I'm going to continue to do that too. So I think we're ready to go back to the newscast. And so I don't know, but basically there's just been
We'll go back
Go to Christina. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take over for you because we are trying to figure out right now at 6:15, and traditionally we would be in a newscast at this time. Of course, with the severe weather, with the tornado warnings that were in effect at about an hour or so ago, those have kind of thrown us for a loop a little bit, so we are reorganizing our plans. But with that said, do you want to point out to you that even though we have this one last flashing box here, it has expired. All tornado warnings have expired. All severe thunderstorm warnings have expired that we've had over the past hour or two, but we still have a tornado watch in effect through 10 p.m. today. So the reality is that we are not done yet. As long as you can see sunshine, as long as the sun is shining, you are going to need to be on alert, be weather aware for the rest of today. The good news, west of I-65, we're not seeing any thunderstorms at this time. The question and the seriousness of it all, though, is that we do have some storms west of I-65, and so that's what the issue is at this moment. In addition, you can see up towards Savannah, Tennessee, okay, there we go. The question is, though, you can see up towards Savannah, Tennessee, that we have yet more storms that are trying to fire up. In Colbert County, south of Florence, more storms trying to flare up. The reality is that we don't know exactly how much instability or how much fuel these thunderstorms have to tap into, considering we just had these storms move on through. So that is why I'm saying that through the next hour to 2 hours, we still have enough sunshine, enough instability that we may see storms become more reinvigorated over the course of today. But for now, the main thunderstorm that produced large hail and possibly some tornadic circulations in southern Colbert County, that has now moved into northern Lawrence County, and that circulation has since dissipated. And in fact, a lot of that rain is dissipating. So that's good news for you in Decatur, Priceville. But with that said, I would not put my guard down, not just yet. This storm that is in southeastern Franklin County, now just to the east of Spruce Pine, just to the east and northeast of Phil Campbell, skirting south of Mount Hope. So it looks like it's moving over the Bankhead Forest. That one still is the more potent storm at this time based off of the radar trends, but we don't have any kind of warnings associated with it. So at this time, it is just below the severe limit. So we do want to make sure that we don't let our guard down on it. But with that said, we don't have any alerts associated with it at this time as well. I do want to point out perhaps we may have some hail. It had the history of producing hail just to the west of Spruce Pine. You see how that pink is not continuing on over, so it looks like our radar is not picking up on any kind of hail associated with that over towards the Phil Campbell area. Now, you've been hearing me say things like here's a protrusion, here's a hook, here's something that may be what may be looking like it's developing a little bit of a pendant. That is now on top of Phil Campbell. So again, there's no warning in effect at this time, but I want to make sure and sample that we're not missing anything, because just because a warning may not be in effect doesn't mean that the weather has other plans. The reality is that tornadoes can happen. They can drop just about any time you have that kind of protrusion that starts to develop. So with wind speeds, some wind gusts in that 40, 50, 60 mile per hour range here, we do want to keep an eye as to what is happening here, where we have that green just to the east of Phil Campbell. So that certainly is not necessarily good news as we go through the next 15 to 30 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a potential path on that, give you a potential for when this may be moving in. So in other words, a time track. So Youngtown at 6:47, it's currently 6:18. You've got about 30 minutes before that would be moving into your area. So going to re-center the map here, give you a better sense as to when this is starting to move into your area. Mount Hope, Youngtown, Speak. Again, this is starting to, Ben Smith, honestly, he's here. Ben Smith is here monitoring with me, and honestly, Ben, let's keep an eye as to what is going on in southeastern Franklin County, because it looks like this particular storm is able to take the energy that northern storm had. That northern storm has since dissipated. It looks like this one towards the south is starting to ramp up. So Youngtown at 6:24, it's currently 6:18. Speak at 6:53, Danville at 7:04, and Massey at 7:11. So again, not any alerts in effect at this time. No tornado warnings in effect at this time. No severe thunderstorm warnings in effect at this time, but that doesn't mean that we can let our guard down. I'm noticing a signature trend here with respect to the southeastern Franklin County area, southern Lawrence County, that I would be on my toes all about, and so that's why I'm still staying on top of this particular thunderstorm. So, as I mentioned, this is right along to the south and east of Spruce Pine. See, as we get the new scans in, this still continues to be even more worrisome. So, I'm going to try and see if our armor radar is showing any interesting signatures with it at this time. We're not picking up that data, so we're going to go back to the high top. Again, we've got that protrusion here, that pendant that's coming on through. Let me check the velocity on it. Let me check the storm relative velocity on it. And again, it's a little muddy. It's a little hard with that data to pick it up, but our barren shear rate is showing that we do have the possibility of some changes in wind direction, changes in wind speed as you go from the ground all the way up to, say, 5 miles above the surface of the ground. So that change in wind direction speed, that's wind shear. Wind shear is not good where we are here in North Alabama. That is what spins up those tornadoes that can be on the ground for 5, 10, and as what we saw from Coleman yesterday, as long as 22 minutes. So a recap for everybody here, resetting so that we all know what is going on here in North Alabama and southern Tennessee. If you are east of I-65, you may be noticing that the sun is coming out. That is not good news. That recharges the atmosphere. If you're west of I-65, you're noticing that we're seeing these discrete thunderstorms. I would even consider these to be considered supercells. A supercell thunderstorm has a tilt to it so that the updraft and the downdraft, where we have that upward moving air and that downward rain cooled air, they are separated, and that allows that thunderstorm to be a little bit more long lived, and that's what we're starting to see with this signature in southeastern Franklin County. So if you are in Mount Hope, Youngtown, south of Moulton, getting into the Speak area, I think this is going to be moving over the Bankhead Forest, but that's still something that we want to keep an eye on as we go through the course of the next 30 to 60 minutes, to be quite honest with you. Let me go ahead and try and put a track on this, give you a time frame, a timeline as to when this may be coming on through. And again, moving towards east about 20 to 30 miles per hour. So Wren at 6:35, and it's currently 6:21. So you've got about 10 minutes or so for Wren, Danville for 7:05, Neal at 7:10, and Massey at 7:18. Meteorologist Ben Smith is here with me in the studio. He is hopping on in. Ben, what kind of reports or any kind of alerts are you seeing out there?
All right, it's still kind of waiting on that system there in southeastern Franklin County, western Lawrence County. Now, these storms are, as Christina said, they're discrete. They're out there all by themselves. So when you have storms of this nature, they have nothing else to compete with. So that's why we have the potential there for some rotation with any of these thunderstorms. Now, right now, there are no active tornado warnings in the Tennessee Valley. However, the one that we're talking about right now, and I'm on the second computer here, is the one that's south and west of Moulton. It's very close to the Bankhead National Forest. Anybody in the Speak community, anybody that's even as far east as Danville, if you're in southeastern and southern areas of Morgan County, you need to keep a close watch on this particular system. It's had a history of producing some very heavy rainfall, the potential for some hail, and all these thunderstorms have the potential to do some minor rotation. Even that one up there around Savannah there in the Hardin County, we'll have to watch everybody, especially west of I-65 for the next few hours as these storms move on through. Any of those could be rotating as well over the next several hours. Now you can see the satellite and radar together. The orientation of these storms are moving to the east pretty fast here at about 40 to 45 miles per hour. And there is a tornado watch up that includes Madison County, Lincoln County, Marshall, Morgan, all the way back to the west until 10 o'clock tonight. Storm Prediction Center just put this out. The atmosphere is conducive for rotating thunderstorms. We've already had one tornado warning there for Lawrence County and also for Franklin County. No confirmation with that as of yet, but with the sun still out, folks still looking out there, there could have been maybe a wall cloud, something like that. Unlike yesterday, where that was a confirmed wall cloud and over sections of northern Madison County. But right now, the only storm we're watching is the one that's in Lawrence County. It's south of Highway 24. It's basically moving right over top of the Bankhead National Forest. And what I can do right now is just kind of zoom in on that particular one. and give you an idea what's going on. It's very close to Mount Hope, where you see some of that fuchsia color that's south of Highway 24, east of Phil Campbell. I mean, that's where we could have maybe some heavy rainfall, maybe some really small hail there. It's not a severe thunderstorm. It's not a tornado warning, but we could still have some pea-sized hail perhaps, and we'll watch that system for possible rotation. That's Highway 33 here that's coming south out of Moulton through Wren, eventually down into Winston County there, but that's the only storm that's of any significance in the current hour, and right now it's at 6:24. So that's what we have going on in our short-term forecast. It's kind of a waiting game right now. That's the only storm that is of any concern. There's a few more down here near Gwen there, or Gwen down there into Marion County, also northern Fayette, Lamar County, and we're also watching a few more up here to the north and northwest. But honestly, there are only 2 counties in our whole viewing audience right now that's getting any rainfall, but we still need to really take a close look at these thunderstorms for the next several hours, just because there is a tornado watch up for everybody from Madison County, Lincoln County, Morgan County, all the way back to the west for another 3.5 hours. And definitely the conditions are favorable for the potential for some tornadoes, even though right now there's nobody under a tornado warning. But we're going to stay right here for the rest of this evening, and just in case we get another tornado warning up. So I'm going to go look at some more information here and see if I can get my bearings, and kick it back over to Christina, see if she has any more information over there. Christina?
Yeah, absolutely, Ben. Essentially, we are double checking with both the National Weather Service with regards to any kind of damage reports that have been released or shared. And I want to point that out to you at home, in the sense that if you have any damage reports to send, please send it to not only the National Weather Service, but also to us here at WHNT News 19, because it's your reports that allow us to know what the ground truth is with regards to what these radar signatures are doing. We're getting close to the 6:30 hour. This is the call that I'm going to make. Let's continue on the live stream. We are going to dip out of the television coverage at 6:30, or about that 6:30 mark, because this one thunderstorm is now moving through southern Lawrence County, and I think it's below severe limits at this time. I am monitoring the National Weather Service to see what kind of if they do have an alert on it, but I suspect that they are going to put a severe thunderstorm warning alert on it if they do at all. So at 6:30, I'm going to go ahead and make that call, that as that continues through southern Lawrence County, we may go back to programming. But that said, we're going to continue our live stream here, both on Facebook as well as our mobile devices, the news app as well as the weather app. The reason why... Perfect. Okay, so in about 30 seconds, we're going to go back to your programming, but we will be continuing our coverage on our streams, both on Facebook as well as the news and weather app. So feel free to continue to follow us there within the next 15 seconds. We're not going to take our eye off of this. The reality, though, is that we don't have any warnings in effect at this time. So come follow us here on Facebook as well as our news apps.
Start your day with Melissa, Steve, and Ben on WHNT News 19.
It's Jeep Celebration Month at JerryDempsonArab.com. Brand new Jeep Compass leases as low as $99 per month. You heard it, $99 per month. Now that's satisfaction from Jerry Dempson in Arab.
We know good things come to those who wait. Up. We know the great outdoors. We love the great outdoors. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, where incredible selection, great people, and an experience like no other all come together.
It fell off the roof of my car.
It fell out of my backpack.
Oh, it fell off my grocery cart.
I tossed it to a really clumsy friend.
I tripped while jogging.
My 2-year-old had a temper tantrum.
It bounced down 2 flights of stairs.
No matter how you broke your smartphone, there's only one smart way to fix it. Batteries plus bulbs.
I dropped it on the floor, and he stepped on it.
Schedule your repair at batteriesplus.com.
Get the cut you want. Get the grill fired up. At Longhorn, get the steak you love. And do it all without doing a thing. Because tonight, it's Longhorn's Grill Master favorites. The Outlaw Ribeye, the Hawaiian Salmon, the Longhorn Porterhouse. feeling, the flavor, the place. Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
When Cord joined Lister Hill, he did it to take advantage of our savings account with summer pay. But because he became a member, his friends, neighbors, small businesses, and the community as a whole benefited too. It's all about we and what we can do together. From North Alabama to South Tennessee, we're all working together to make a difference. Join us at Lister Hill Credit Union.
Come into Steak and Shake for hand-dipped milkshakes. Better yet, come into Steak and Shake for hand-dipped milkshakes at half price during half-price happy hour. Weekdays, now 2 to 5 at Steak and Shake.
It's Jeep Celebration Month at JerryDampsonArab.com. Brand new Jeep Cherokee, limited edition, $199 per month, and just $3,000 down. You're driving a brand new Jeep, only at Jerry Dampson in Arab.
Melania jacket black.
Everyone is trying to figure out the meaning behind
Arrested and handcuffed over a $30 manicure, nail salon chaos.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
What's going on? Then, are rival basketball fans trying to sabotage Steph Curry's wife's new restaurant before it even opens? And scare at the pool. A mom drags her unconscious child out of the water, and shocking video.
And watching my son pull himself up this ladder.
Now, Inside Edition Weekend.
Uproar over First Lady Melania's jacket. What we have learned about the cryptic message scrawled on the back. Hello, I'm Diane McInerney. This is Inside Edition Weekend. Melania Trump made an unannounced trip to visit children in a detention center at the border. But it is her fashion choice that is making headlines, with critics pouncing on her decision to wear a jacket that said, "I really don't care. Do you?"
Was it a message to the media or simply a fashion faux pas? First Lady Melania's choice to wear a jacket emblazoned with the slogan, "I really don't care, do you?" on a trip to visit children separated from their parents has everyone scratching their heads today.
It's mind-boggling. She knows how powerful fashion is.
It's 100 degrees. It's 95% humidity in Texas. There is no scenario where you need to be putting on a jacket.
I do not. I literally thought it was a joke.
Even the usually pro-Trump folks at Fox News were perplexed.
That was a odd. And if it's a message, then say, "I'm goofing on you, media."
So why on earth did she wear it? Mary Jordan is national correspondent for the Washington Post.
People are asking the question of what were they thinking? They knew they were going to get a negative response.
It's unclear what the First Lady thought the response would be. But, of course, the Secret Service saw it, her staff. Didn't someone warn her?
Today, Melania posted the first video of her visiting the children. She didn't mention that jacket, but did say that meeting them was very touching. Meantime, 500 of the more than 2,000 detained children have been reunited with their families. This comes as we're learning the real story behind this now iconic image. The crying little girl was even turned into a provocative cover by Time magazine. But it turns out she was never separated from her mother. Now the White House is slamming those using the image to symbolize the crisis at the border. It's shameful that Dems and the media exploited this photo of a little girl to push their agenda, tweeted White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders. She was not separated from her mom. The separation here is from the facts.
Now the story behind the disturbing video of a young woman being dragged out of a car by police. You won't believe how it started.
Get it on video, Trent, get it on video.
This young woman is being arrested, but she's not going down without a fight.
To jail. You don't get to resist.
20-year-old Samantha Alonzo Luna and her friends were pulled over by cops near Humboldt State University in Northern California. One of them is arrested for sticking her head out of the sunroof, and Samantha is not happy about it.
Why are you being so rude?
I'm the one that's being rude.
I'm sorry that anyone
You're the one that's being rude.
How am I being rude? Seriously? You're about 2 seconds from going to jail for public intoxication. Do you not understand that? So I would stop talking if I were you.
But Luna continues to argue with the cop.
When I asked your last name, then you should have told me.
That is my last name. Samantha Luna is my last name.
Luna. What's on your license?
Alonso Luna.
Then that's
my last name is Luna.
The cop has had enough.
Get out of the car.
No, I'm not getting out of the car. No, I'm not.
You're going to jail.
Oh, my God. No, what the
You are going?
What the Try and get it on video. Try and get it on video.
She grabs the cop by her hair.
Let go of my hair.
Stop hitting her.
Let go of my hair.
Let go.
She won't let go, so the cop tells the other officers to get some scissors and cut her hair.
Cut my hair. No, seriously, cut my hair. Cut my hair. I don't care.
We asked security expert Steve Cardian to analyze the video.
Even if the police officers were wrong in arresting her, she has no right to resist arrest. It's a crime in the state of California.
Luna was charged with suspicion of public intoxication and battery on an officer. Check out her mugshot. She's smiling. She posted the videos on Facebook and blasted the cop. She had no need to act so unprofessional. She was seeking a reaction out of me when she should have been de-escalating the situation.
Get it on video. Try and get it on video.
I'm getting it on video.
The university says it is investigating. Luna, who is not a student at the school, says she's going to file a lawsuit. Now, women go to the nail salon as part of their beauty routine, but a very ugly situation developed when a customer wasn't happy with her manicure.
Trouble at the nail salon, and it's going to get ugly. A customer who's just had a manicure tells the manager she's not happy with the results.
You can clearly see on the video that she's showing the manager her nails. She's indicating that she's bleeding, that it was painful, that it was rushed, and that she was not going to pay the $30 for the service.
The customer takes a seat while the manager calls cops to sort the whole thing out. Then, according to a police report, the customer told the manager she was going to wait in her vehicle. She leaves, and that's when things get nuts. Staff members follow her out. The customer pulls out of the parking space, and cops say one employee hung onto the vehicle's hood and was dragged approximately 40 feet. You can see him sprawled on the front of the car in this second surveillance video taken at a nearby burger place at the mall in Indiana. When cops arrive, they put the woman under arrest. 28-year-old Charlie Fowler, a mental health therapist, was charged with theft, which she disputes. Her lawyer insists she was only moving her car a short way to try to defuse a tense situation as they all awaited police.
She felt intimidated. One of the employees jumped on the hood of her car as she drove slowly down to remove herself from the situation.
Believe it or not, another argument over an allegedly unpaid nail salon bill happened in Tennessee. As an employee leans on the trunk of the car, the driver backs out.
Oh my God. Hey, whoa, 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 whoa.
She had apparently paid her bill, but her passenger allegedly had not. The salon worker is actually hanging on the back of the car as it drives away.
Hey!
The driver was charged with reckless endangerment. She has pled not guilty.
Oh, my God.
This Cleveland nail salon owner actually got into a wrestling match with an angry customer.
No matter how bad the manicure is, by all means, please take a step back, take a deep breath, and let yourself relax a little bit.
Yeah, tense times at the nail salon.
Hey!
Some basketball fans are so upset that the Houston Rockets lost in the NBA playoffs that they are taking it out on Steph Curry's wife.
Defeat really can leave a bad taste in your mouth.
The #1 team of the NBA.
Houston Rockets fans are really angry about losing the Western Conference NBA Final to the Golden State Warriors, led by Steph Curry.
And together in the center.
Get this, they're now taking it out on his wife, Aisha, by trashing her new restaurant on Yelp. It's called International Smoke, located in, well, Houston. This is absolutely the worst place to go. Her husband ripped our hearts out, and now she has the guts to open up a place here? Read one review. Barbecue was extremely chewy and a choking hazard, read another. There's only one problem. The restaurant doesn't open until next month.
Where it can affect her is if there aren't enough real customers that give good reviews after they've opened, so they can bury the crazy stuff. Otherwise, it can impact them if they don't get those good reviews.
We can move on to our avocado mango salad.
Aisha is a rising star in the food world. There's already an international smoke in San Francisco, and it's a big hit. The San Francisco Chronicle calls the ribs some of the best I've had in the Bay Area. Quite different from those fake but kind of funny reviews in Houston. Rockets fans might consider having a slice of humble pie with Aisha's ribs.
Just a week after the toddler of Olympic champ Bodie Miller died in a swimming pool accident, another family has had a similar near tragedy. Just 2 days after the family bought an above-ground pool, their toddler fell in. But as Stephen Fabian reports, this time the family was very lucky.
A frantic mom finds her 17-month-old son floating unconscious in the pool. She plucks him from the water and desperately tries to save him.
It was the worst feeling in my life.
The drama began when mom Tana Zuniga and her sister Carly were in the kitchen of Tana's home in Fort Worth. While the sisters think their kids are playing safe inside, the 17-month-old and his 2-year-old cousin managed to open a sliding door and wander into the backyard, heading right to the above-ground pool.
We didn't know that it would be that simple for them because it's kind of like a heavy door.
Do either of the boys know how to swim?
No.
The toddlers climb 4 feet up the ladder at the side of the pool. But before you know it, they are in the water, and the 17-month-old starts to drown. His cousin tries to rescue him, but can't. He climbs out of the pool and goes off to get help. What did he say?
And Tana said, "Were you outside?" And he points to the back door and he says, "Where's Elijah?" And we just took off out the back door.
At this point, the 17-month-old has been in the water for 5 minutes. His mom spots her son and races over to grab him.
Describe that moment when you realized Elijah, 17-month-old Elijah, was stuck in the pool.
My heart just dropped. When I saw him, I literally thought, no, that's a baby doll. That can't be my son.
Both women battled to save the youngster.
Adrenaline pushed when we found him, and then it was CPR and call 911.
Did you think he was gone?
Yes, a part of me knew he was gone. His lips were blue, his face was white. There was no life. Color.
But then, as Carly runs over with the child in her arms,
he just kind of started making noise, and I knew he was alive, and I knew he was breathing. Can you say hi?
Yeah, believe it or not, there's a happy ending. This is little Elijah today, playing happily with the other youngster in the video, his cousin Jalen. Incredibly, doctors say the youngster has no sign of any permanent harm. So what can you do to prevent a nightmare like this? Swim safety expert Jim Spears.
You want door alarms on your back door so that you can hear it sound if the child opens the door. You want fences that close and lock automatically. And you want stairs that you can potentially remove or keep safe with a fence and gate around it.
But even a safety ladder is no guarantee. Take a look at this video.
And watching my son, with it locked and shut, pull himself up this ladder.
Cody is just 2 years old, but look at him scaling that locked safety ladder his mom and dad installed.
All right, honey.
Mom steps in just as he gets to the top. Keith Wyman is Cody's dad.
This is how fast a 2-year-old can not only climb a ladder, but to climb a ladder that had a safety door that was shut and locked.
The family of the boy who almost drowned tells us that the ladder is now gone from the pool, and they have ordered an alarm for the pool and for the door. They are also putting a fence around their pool.
Next, hit by a hot dog right in the face.
It felt like a ton of bricks.
And little girl lost in the cornfield. The desperate search to find the missing 3-year-old.
Remy!
How the loyal family Yorkie just wouldn't leave her side. Plus, a trooper gets the shock of his life.
How's it going today?
The man he pulled over delivered him 27 years ago. Together again. Inside Edition Weekend. We'll be right back.
This is Alice. She has the AT&T DirecTV bundle.
I get tons of HD.
Spectrum has tons of HD, on demand, and the sports channels are included.
DirecTV Select doesn't include sports channels, and I had to get a cinema connection kit to watch on demand.
And you get that ugly satellite dish.
Get Spectrum TV $29.99 a month. Call 844-420-2999.
And Spectrum Internet starts at 100 megabits with no data caps.
My starting speed is only 50 megabits. Spectrum is 2 times faster.
Get Spectrum Internet $29.99 a month. Call 844-420-2999.
And Spectrum Voice has unlimited nationwide calling with no additional taxes and fees.
I'd switch, but I'm in one contract for TV, a second one for internet. I could pay hundreds to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll help buy out yours.
I'm calling Spectrum.
Spectrum TV, Internet, and Voice, $29.99 a month each. Call 844-420-2999.
People like vanilla, but people love chocolate. Think about it. There's no vanilla on vanilla, because when it comes to ice cream, it's all about the chocolate. On chocolate. On even more chocolate. So put a spoon in it. This debate is done. Greenwise organic chocolate truffle ice cream. Chocolate ice cream, fudge truffles, and a chocolatey sauce. Your move, vanilla. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Your kids may be out of school, but you still have a lot to do. As the first splash of coffee hits your mug, turn to WHNT News 19. However you watch us, we're here helping you get on your way. Melissa Ryopka, Steve Johnson, and meteorologist Ben Smith focus on what you need, including a weather forecast that helps you prepare. We're North Alabama's news leader. Watch us. WHNT News 19, weekday mornings.
A one-of-a-kind injury at the ballpark when the Philly fanatic fired hot dogs into the crowd. One woman was whacked by a Frankfurter right in the eye.
This woman is nursing a black eye. She got the shiner after being whacked by, hold on, a hot dog.
They call it a Frankfurter.
Yep, Kathy McVeigh was enjoying a Philadelphia Phillies game on Monday night when the team mascot, the Philly Fanatic, aimed the hot dog launcher in her direction above home plate.
It came down with such force, like a ton of bricks, and it just, my glasses flew off and I started bleeding.
It happened in a split second, and she couldn't catch the fly wiener. Luckily, nothing was broken. So is Kathy angry?
We were all laughing. My friends and I, we were laughing.
The Philly Fanatic and his hot dog launcher is a popular attraction at games. The device itself is unique. There's even an entire documentary on how it was developed. It took a little bit of expert engineering to get the hot dogs to fly more than just a few feet.
We have a hot dog cannon.
In an Oscar stunt, actors Armie Hammer and Ansel Elgort surprised some movie fans with a hot dog cannon.
So there you go.
As for Kathy, she says she'll be right back at a Phillies game. But will she be eating a hot dog anytime soon?
I won't eat another hot dog soon. Maybe give it some time.
And not surprisingly, the Phillies have offered Miss McVeigh tickets to any game she would like. Now, a frightened 3-year-old little girl is lost for 12 hours in a giant cornfield, but as a frantic search is launched to find her, her pet Yorkie stays at her side.
911, what's your emergency?
My 3-year-old daughter went missing out of our front yard.
A mom calls 911 after her adorable 3-year-old daughter wandered into this massive cornfield.
My heart was definitely racing.
Timberland Merritt is a busy stay-at-home mom. Her 3-year-old daughter Remy is always on the go, and never far behind, her 1-year-old Yorkie named Heath.
He'll sleep beside her, and if she goes outside, he goes with her.
At around 8 p.m. at night, Timberland left Remy on the swing set for just a minute. When she came back out, Remy was gone, and so was Heath. Their home borders this huge cornfield in Culin, Missouri. Timberland thinks her daughter followed Heath into the cornfield and got lost. She showed us how she called out for her.
Remy!
When Remy didn't answer, her mom called 911.
And we can't find her anywhere.
I'm going to get a deputy out there right now, okay?
Wasting no time, Timberland raced into the cornfield, making her way through the razor-sharp stalks.
And I was walking through like this, and we were hollering for Remy. We hollered, Remy!
More than 100 people joined in the search, combing through the 8-foot-high corn stalks. But Remy was not alone. Her dog Heath never left her side. Mom Timberland recorded this cell phone video as night fell.
There's all kinds of wild animals. We hear coyotes all the time out here.
The cornfield was pitch dark.
I thought she was going to be scared because it was dark. And she was all alone. I didn't know if she knew we were coming for her. I didn't know what she was thinking.
Then at 8 a.m. the next day, after 12 long hours searching way back by these silver grain silos a half-mile from her home, rescuers came across an amazing sight. Little Remy was fast asleep, and Heath was right by her side. An overjoyed mom was reunited after a harrowing ordeal.
And she told us he stayed all night with her out there. That little dog, Heath, is definitely a hero.
Little Remy was taken to the hospital. Doctors found she was in good health, except for a slew of mosquito bites.
Closed caption sponsorship for Inside Edition Weekend is brought to you by
Foot fungus, tough to kill, and it can spread.
My pharmacist said Fungi Nail stops foot fungus before it spreads.
Fungi Nail kills fungus, restores skin. Get Fungi Nail fast.
Stay tuned. There's more Inside Edition Weekend to come.
With my bladder leakage, the products I've tried just didn't fit right. They were very saggy. It's getting in the way of our camping trips. But with new sizes, Depend Fit Flex is made for me.
Introducing more sizes for better comfort. New Depend Fit Flex underwear is guaranteed to be your best fit.
With Inside Edition, there's always more to the story. From nonstop news and investigations to reports you won't see anywhere else. For more on today's latest stories, go to InsideEdition.com and find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
I'm JJ Hightail. As an ex-professional race car driver, I'm used to taking a few risks, which isn't always a good thing.
Proof of insurance, please.
That's why I'm insured by Direct Auto and Life Insurance. I can get a great rate regardless of my driving history. They understand that no one's perfect.
It's just a warning. Get that taillight fixed.
I'll race right to the auto store now. Safely, of course. Call, click, or come in today and get a low rate regardless of your driving history at Direct Auto.
Breaking news. Reports of 2 bank trucks hit in the last 24 hours. More on this story as it develops.
This thing crashed the Camry. Why didn't we crash the Camry?
I tried. The car just stopped by itself.
Fine, we'll do it with special effects.
Oh, so that you'll do with special effects?
Lease a new reinvented 2018 Camry LE for $199 a month for 36 months. Toyota, let's go places.
When I was a kid, I was afraid of the monsters under the bed. As an adult, I was afraid of what was in the crawl space under my house. Then I called AFS Foundation and Waterproofing Specialists, my hometown pros, for crawl space encapsulation. My crawl space was a wet, musty nightmare. The AFS Clean Space Crawl Space Encapsulation System fixed all that.
Call AFS for your free estimate today. AFS, your hometown pros make crawl space nightmares go away.
It's not just any internet. It's the fastest internet that can now include mobile. You can get up to 5 mobile lines, and now you're Dad of the Year internet. Nice job. It's internet from Xfinity that makes your life simple, easy, awesome.
See how you can save when you add Xfinity Mobile to your internet. Get started with Xfinity Internet for just $19.99 a month for 12 months. Click, call, or visit a store today.
In a million years, no one would bet on this happening. A cop pulls over a driver for a minor traffic infraction. Turns out the driver of that car was a retired cop who many years earlier had met the young officer.
It's a reunion 27 years in the making, and it all started with a routine traffic stop.
How's it going today? Jersey State Police, license, registration, insurance card.
The motorist, who happens to be a retired cop, hands the New Jersey State Trooper his old Piscataway, New Jersey police ID.
This is you? Okay, gotcha.
I was a little younger.
Okay. I grew up in Piscataway.
The two start reminiscing about their time in the same town. They have no idea what they're about to discover.
What's your address on Polk?
On Polk Place?
It was years ago. It was the first baby I delivered was that house. That's why I always remember the address.
At the house?
In the bedroom. Oh yeah, by myself.
That was me. That was me.
Get the hell out.
That was me.
Get the hell out. No.
That was me.
Yep, the driver, retired police officer Matthew Bailey, helped deliver State Trooper Michael Patterson 27 years ago.
I think that it was divine inspired. There's no chance that this type of thing just, happens by accident.
We were there as they reunited with Michael's mom. Look, their wives are there too.
Here, Mr. Bailey, I appreciate you coming to my aid at the house, because if it was just me by myself, I don't know what I would have done.
You may have noticed that Michael's wife is pregnant and due any day. Officer Bailey has this advice.
At the first mention of something happening, take her to the hospital.
Absolutely.
That's my advice.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I love that story. Up next, school's over, and that is something to sing about.
Closed caption sponsorship for Inside Edition Weekend is brought to you by
Heartburn and gas? Now fight both fast. New Tums Chewy Bites with Gas Relief. All-in-one relief of heartburn and gas. New Tums Chewy Bites with Gas Relief.
Stay tuned. There's more Inside Edition Weekend to come.
Your heart doesn't only belong to you. So if you have heart failure, ask your doctor about Entresto. It helps keep people alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Entresto for heart failure.
Women are amazing. Our bodies grow babies. We run marathons. Companies solve problems. How? We fuel ourselves with strawberries, almonds and protein, chocolate, whole grains, and iron. Food that's made for us. To power us. Power our strength. Food like Special K. And try new Special K nourished berries and peaches with probiotics.
Find the remote yet?
Nah. Oh, honey, look, your old portable CD player.
Oh, wow.
Hey, my high school retainer.
Oh, don't.
What?
It's early 90s sitcom star Dave Coulier.
Cut it out! What year is it?
As long as stuff gets lost on the couch, you can count on Geico saving folks money. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
An end-of-school song after this.
Travel consideration provided by...
Nothing gets a family's full attention like my freshly prepared chicken. The delicious KFC $20 fill-up with 8 pieces of extra crispy chicken and sides will surely get your kids off their phones. And they may even look at you, their loving parent. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Stay tuned. There's more Inside Edition Weekend to come.
So I was spitting mad about how our old TV bill would change willy-nilly. And out of nowhere, this dish fella showed up, and he started bobbling his head. And I said, "Are you okay? Can I get you some water?" And he said, "I'm fine. I'm listening." It was freaky.
A good freaky.
The Dish 2-year price guarantee. Same bill every month, no willy-nilly. Dish, tuned into you.
Broadway Theater League and Jerry Damson Automotive Group invite you to check out the 2018-2019 season. Something Rotten, November 16th through the 18th. Jersey Boys, December 14th through the 16th. Kinky Boots, January 4th through the 6th. Finding Neverland, January 25th through 27th. The King and I, February 8th through 10th. Beautiful the Carole King Musical, March 5th through 10th. Rent, April 6th through 7th. Stomp, May 10th and 11th. Season and Pick 3 Plus packages now on sale at BroadwayTheaterLeague.org.
Big Brother is back.
Season 20. Here we go.
And it's getting a high-tech reboot.
Hashtag shocker. Let's do it. Oh, it's on.
In this game, if you're not trending, it could be
Game over. Wait, what?
Nobody told us about this.
Curse you, Big Brother.
Julie Chen hosts.
There's nothing virtual about this reality.
Big Brother season premiere, CBS Wednesday.
Finally for you today, someone is excited school's coming to an end.
Accurate, fast, reliable, breaking news on WHNT.
These crispy tenders are so flavorful and crispy.
Flispy. It's this thing I do where I combine 2 words to make a cooler word. I also came up with Labradoodle.
You had a Labrador who could draw?
Nothing beats our new $3.99 crispy tender dinner. Hurry in and try it today.
Bye, Miss Roberts. Bye, sweetie.
How do you become America's best-selling brand?
Bye, Miss Roberts. Bye, sweetie.
You make it for taking people to school.
Bye, sweetie.
That's Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now get $2,000 cash back on a 2018 Mustang. Plus first responders, military, veterans, and retirees get an additional $1,000 appreciation cash.
We've talked about the reverse mortgage. You've seen the big companies on television, but now you have a local mortgage bank that can answer your questions about the popular home equity conversion mortgage, reverse mortgage. How does it really work? How can I use the equity in my home today without worrying about a house payment anymore? And what happens when I die? I'm Will Worthington, CEO of New South Mortgage, and we'll answer your questions locally. For a free copy of our booklet, 12 Myths and Facts of the Reverse Mortgage, call the number on the screen or look us up at newsouthmortgage.com.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? You make it for projects big and small.
Ready to go?
Not quite. Right over here, guys!
And get it all in one trip.
So we're putting in the patio.
We are putting in the patio.
We got this.
Yeah, we do.
That's Ford, America's best-selling brand. Get $11,750 in total savings, plus first responders, all military personnel, veterans, and retirees get an additional $1,000 appreciation cash.
Tiger's blood is my favorite flavor of Snow Cone slush.
My pickle juice slush is great. My mouth is like, "Rrr," my brain's like, yee.
So you like it?
What did I just say? It's like it's in one sheet and not one fur.
Try Sonic's new Snow Cone slushes like Bahama Mama and Blue Hawaiian. Hurry in before they're gone.
Your kids may be out of school, but you still have a lot to do. As the first splash of coffee hits your mug, turn to WHNT News 19. However you watch us, we're here helping you get on your way. Melissa Ryopka, Steve Johnson, and meteorologist Ben Smith.
Oh my God, I can't even with Heather anymore.
I know, right? She's so thirsty.
I mean, look at this picture just posted. Hashtag no filter, my ass. Where the hell are all your pores?
Yeah, I bet she walks around in chromogenic lighting all day too.
Can I use your phone to check my notice?
You need to get your own phone.
I have my own phone, see?
Je veux dire un vrai téléphone.
Yeah, tell that to my parents. Hello?
Hey, sweetie. Can you stop by the pharmacy and pick up some Bingham daytime cough medicine?
We're out.
What? No, Ange and I are hanging out. You said we could. This was planned.
I know,
Sweetie, but Nolan woke up sick. I have work to do, and Nolan won't let Dad leave him alone.
Hey, don't tell her that.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
We'll see you tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah. Home.
Mom? Dad? Mom? Dad? Nolan? Sylvia, come on.
You've reached Sylvia. Please leave a message. crisis resolution.
I need your help.
Ransom, sponsored by Consumer Cellular, where low rates and award-winning service are just the beginning.
I got a certain way I like to do things. I like Consumer Cellular. I get unlimited talk and text for just $25 a month. They received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service 4 times in a row.
And Consumer Cellular has been an approved AARP provider since 2008, so we trust them. Reliable nationwide coverage for way less money? That's the way.
We like it.
Now, for a limited time, get a $20 credit on any new line of service. Call, go online, or find us at Target.
Created entirely by nature, it's the best water known to man, because he had nothing to do with it. Bottled at the source, untouched by man. It's Earth's finest water.
New Purely Fancy Feast fillets, like nothing you or she has ever seen. Fillets of 100% real natural chicken or seafood, handcrafted and served any way she wants. Purely Fancy Feast fillets. Love is in the details.
Salonpas. We're the world leader in medicinal pain patches.
Our latest innovation, Salonpas Lidocaine, using hydrogel-based technology with the maximum strength lidocaine
you can buy without a prescription.
Salonpas Lidocaine. Nothing is proven stronger or more effective against pain.
McDonald's new fresh beef quarter pounder is so good it's left Gary speechless. So here's Gabrielle Union to speak for him.
Oh, you answered my call, cooked right when I ordered you. You know I can't resist all that hotness. Oh, that 100% fresh beef juiciness, the melty cheese, the pickles. You're all I think about. The burger, Gary, the burger.
The new, hotter, juicier fresh beef quarter pounder burgers. So good, they'll leave you speechless.
How did we test our Dixie Ultra plates? With 2 pounds of steak in each hand. Dixie Ultra. Stress tested so you can stress less at dinner.
What if your Shark vacuum could clean almost anywhere, all on its own? The Shark Ion robot maneuvers from floors to carpets, while it spots trouble and steers around it. This Shark cleans, docks, and charges automatically. The Shark Ion robot.
Action. Canine Advantix 2 kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes through contact.
Not mosquitoes, mosquitoes, like the bug.
Right. That makes more sense. Canine Advantix 2 from Bayer. Wise choice.
Heard about Eucrisa for mild to moderate eczema? It can be used almost everywhere, on almost every body.
The leg of this little guy?
The arm of an arm wrestler? The face of a fairy?
Eucrisa is a prescription eczema ointment for ages 2 and up. It blocks overactive PDE4 enzymes within your skin.
And it's steroid-free.
Do not use if you are allergic to Eucrisa or its ingredients. Allergic reactions may occur at or near the application site. The most common side effect is application site pain. Ask your doctor about Eucrisa.
This summer, be afraid of balls. Big Balls. Kevin Hart hosts TKO, premiering CBS July 11th.
I just want to make sure I understand. Your parents said not to call the police.
No. They said never call them.
Doesn't sound like strong parental advice.
Yeah? You got kids? My parents aren't big on the man. You know, my dad said that he's always watching us, and that extends to the cops, too. He said something bad could happen if we called them.
And being scared that something bad will happen if you call the police, you don't find that strange.
Look, my parents are just overprotective. And he said that if anything bad ever happened, just forget about the cops and grab this bag, call Aunt Sylvia, and do whatever she told us to do.
But Aunt Sylvia never answered.
Do you know your Aunt Sylvia well?
I met her once when I was like 5, maybe.
I can't find any signs of forced entry, but there was definitely a struggle here. The parents and brother didn't go willingly.
Ton of web blockers on this.
Really?
Yeah, they obviously didn't want their kids looking at the wrong stuff.
I'm sure the teenage daughter loves that.
Mm-hmm.
And this $30,000 is all that was in the bag?
Are you sure about that?
You sure about that scarf?
Nolan? Nolan? Thank God, what happened? Come on, buddy, say something. Nolan, why won't you say anything?
You guys feel like a drink? Coffee, perhaps?
Stop! We told you where to find it.
Boss, that's where they said it was. In a boathouse, half hour east.
Is that all there? What's this? Big grand. Where's the rest?
It's been 10 years. It's gone. You can torture